original. It is this original question paper. The date shown on the top of it is 4th of May, and the time is 9 a.m. Now they want this honorable court to disbelieve this date and time with the next page showing. Lord, may kindly see the next page. Next page, page 45, is not the date and time which can ever appear like this in a telegram channel. It is a watermark. If I click a picture, if I click a picture, my lord, 9 a.m. Now they with the date and time on, I photo it, then it will appear that the photo is taken on this time and this date. Kindly see the watermark. It's not a date and time appearing on the telegram. Date and time appears like the one it is appearing at page 24. This is how they want this honorable court to believe this. And this is something not other than the flame blare, which we have found and seen the video.
What else now?
Yes. Now, Mulad, with this, allow me, Mulad, to come back to Hazaribagh, just one news item to demonstrate that how it is an admitted thing, almost admitted thing that the paper is leaked on 3rd of May. Allow me, Mulad, to come back to my supplementary note for a moment. Page 12 of my supplementary note. Mulad, that is essential. Allow me to read that, Mulad. Page 11. Yeah. My supplementary note. I have, Mulad, only two notes. One the main note and the other is supplementary note. Where I had shown the edit syllabus.
Yes.
Yes, page 11. Allow me to read this news. The Central Bureau of Investigation probing the NEET-UG paper leak case on Friday arrested 3 persons, including principal of so-and-so, and vice principal of the OSS school Hazaribagh, and interrogated 13 suspects arrested by Patna police at so-and-so jail in Bihar capital. The CBI sleuths also visited so-and-so with 2 accused to explore the potential involvement of Rocky, nephew of alias mastermind Sanjeev Mukhia, in the case. The principal and vice principal of Hazaribagh school, one of the center for the exam conducted on 5th of May, were arrested after 3 days of the questions involving more than 60 hours over the allegations of tampering of question papers. The identity of the third person could not be ascertained till the time of filing of this report. 3 arrested persons will be produced in CBI court in Patna. CBI had seized cell phone, laptops, school CCTV camera footage with the assistance of forensic experts on Tuesday. According to sources, the CBI uncovered crucial evidence from the 3 months call records obtained from Huck's phone, which led to his arrest. Huck, who served as the district coordinator for NEET, had earlier expressed concern about a potential leak originating from a private courier company and the SBI that the breach might have occurred at their end. The CBI, which was initially concentrating on the route from the office of the private courier firm at so-and-so to CBI main branch, Julu Park, shifted its focus after analyzing CCTV footage. The footage confirmed that no tampering occurred along this stretch, leading to CBI to suspect Huck, who consistently provided the same response during questioning. Sources told TOI that CBI's attention turned to OSS school, located on Mandai Road near Kalu Chowk, and its staff. The agency began gathering digital evidence and uncovered that e-rickshaw had gone directly to OSS school on May 3, instead of proceeding to the CBI main branch, where it was supposed to be stored in the strong room. CBI sources said that at the school, the aluminum box was tampered with, and the packet containing the question paper was removed. A glue stick was used to reseal the package containing the question paper. The Economic Offences Unit, which had been investigating the case before it handed over to the CBI, also corroborated these findings according to the sources. My lord, allow me to skip this. Now kindly see the next page, at page, my lord, 14. I'm sorry, this is page 14, and then 15 is, my lord, this e-rickshaw and the principal of the school who has been arrested now for tampering with the trunk and seal, etc. Page 15. But this is the e-rickshaw. In the affidavit, they said that it is all sealed vehicle, covered and sealed vehicle, guarded, and where all sort of security. Now, this is how, my lord,
Students pay for the NEET exam.
pardon?
How much does each student pay for the NEET exam? 1,700 rupees.
Reserved category was, how much was the reserved category?
3,200
1700
for the reserved category.
general category.
1,700 for the general category and reserved category. 0.33 lakh students into 1,700. How much does it work? Sorry.
And then they have transported these blood boxes in an e-rickshaw with one driver. There is no guard.
Nobody would pose with a photo, to pose for to be photographed like this if these are question papers. This is a part of the process. When you hand over or take over something, you pause with the receipt, etc. This is OMR sheets, not question paper.
That's 1,700 for the general. General EWS, OBC and NCL is 1,600.
From the exam,
The expense splits.
how much do you make in terms of revenue for this?
Revenue generation. It's about 400 crores and the expenditure is about 300 crores.
Mr. Solicitor, you engage a private courier company?
Lord, your lordships may allow me to show. Lord, the checks.
There is no CCTV in the centers. There is no toilets in some of the
We are not
areas
on
where.
toilets. There are
66%.
CCTV.
There is no CCTV.
CCTV footage is recovered. I will, Lord, show when my turn comes.
All right, your
Yes,
third point now,
besides this-
what is the third point supplementary?
Yeah,
note?
Lord, besides this, we have placed on record 161 statements recorded by Bihar Police of the accused, which indicate that the paper was available on 4th. If I can straight away read just one statement. That statement is in. Lord, my main note dated 10th of July. Just one statement, allow me, Lord, to read from there.
You are reading Anurag Yadav's statement?
I'm read, yes.
Yes, that your translation is wrong. I have got the original in Hindi.
Okay.
Then
So I
it's
believe.
wrong on a very
believe-
crucial point.
Read Hindi. I believe.
It's wrong on a very crucial point.
Okay, okay,
Must be a mistake. I'm not alleging anything.
okay. So, my lord, this statement indicates that my uncle dropped me on 4th, right? The paper leak was on 4th.
That's not a-
One statement with you.
Who gave you this? Lord, yes, Lord, in fact, because so many people are circulating this material on social media from everywhere, Lord, though the candidates here are less, but the anxiety on a social media and the kind of students who are affected by it, but not coming forward to file a petition before this honorable court. They are supporting all these petitions, and this kind of a material is being supplied. And not even the officers, but the other day, I had placed on record the press note of Bihar Police. The IG Police gave that press note. Now, subsequently, they say they have backtracked. A thing is happening in this case. So let them deny that these are not the correct. This is what they say. In the counter affidavit, they say that this is not a certified copy of 161 statement, and hence it should be discounted from the evidence.
इनकी हिंदी वाली सर्टिफिकेट
हाँ, इनकी हिंदी वाली certified.
हिंदी वाली लेके आ वो हिंदी वाले स्टेटमेंट मांग लेंगे सर
इनको
bathroom, toilet.
According to you, the leaked question paper was in the leaked mode on the 4th itself.
Correct. On, Lord, I would say third, because for a reason. Let me give a reason, Lord. As per their affidavit, they say all questions papers were deposited with the SBI and Canara Bank on 3rd of May.
Right.
And thereafter, it was taken out of the wallet of the respective banks on 5th of May, 8:15 AM on 5th of May.
And according to them, the leak occurred then.
No, Milord, they don't say, they are in a denial mode. Now, what I say is, if the leak has not happened during the custody of the banks, then the leak has either happened on the day of the examination or on third or prior to third. There is no leak between 3rd and 5th because the question papers remained in the custody.
Also, I mean, possibly, if according to them, the leak takes place sometime on the morning of the 5th, according to them by.
Yes, they don't say
They
this.
say that the student, what they say that the students
Students were made to memorize.
memorize on the 5th
Now
morning.
not the memorized.
One
question-
second, 1 second. If the students were made, according to them, the students were made to memorize on the 5th morning. All right, according to them. If then, why is the chap behind you saying no to everything that I say? We've also read our
I'm
brief.
sorry. Yeah.
According to them, the students were made to memorize. That means prior to the 5th morning, somebody had solved the question
The
papers.
whole argument, I'm so grateful.
If somebody had solved the question papers, it certainly doesn't go to the 5th morning.
Correct.
It has to go at least to the 4th, 5th night, night between the 4th and the 5th.
That's right.
In
And
which case the leak has occurred sometime prior to the night of the 4th and 5th.
I'm so grateful. And
So which means that their question is, when did the papers get leaked ultimately?
That's what I was saying.
I would say, if they are certain that leak has not happened when the question papers were in the custody of the banks, then certainly the leak has happened on 3rd or prior to 3rd.
Before the
Before
questions were given to
deposit, because
before they were given to the bank.
Correct, that's right. Before they were deposited with the. everywhere in the entire country, their stand is the question papers were deposited with the banks on 3rd of May. And in their custody, it remained in a wallet and no bank officials are accused and have been arrested. There is no allegation against bank officials.
By the way, in the ordinary course, before the exam, when were they supposed to leave the vaults of the bank? Exam was at 2 o'clock on.
15 in the morning.
Right.
They say that the center head will go collect paper. Now, there is another systemic failure, let me point out simultaneously, like in Bahadurgarh. So the head went to both banks, SBI and Canara Bank, collected paper from both banks, whereas he should have collected paper only from one bank. And
Now
distributed.
tell us one thing.
Please.
There are two possibilities, distinct possibilities. One, the paper gets leaked before the questions are lodged in the custody of the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India, which means that the leak has taken place before the 3rd.
Correct.
3rd, they were all safely with State Bank and Canara Bank.
Correct.
The alternate hypothesis is that the leak takes place after they are distributed from the Canara Bank and the State Bank of India and are bound for the centers.
Listen, now, my lord, that is a remote possibility for the reasons, my lord. They're.
Because between 8, going by their hypothesis, between 8:15 in the morning and 10:15 when the students were, according to them, given the papers, it's very unlikely that in 2 hours the questions were solved and then given.
Everything, and they were made to memorize. This is
So
impossible.
the alternate hypothesis appears to be more logical, according to you,
That's
that the leak occurred even before the question papers were lodged with the.
That's right.
Thanks.
Correct, Lord. That is my respectful submission.
The State Bank of India and Canara Bank.
Unless it is their case that
And
the
in
leak
which
happened
case,
when it
the
was in
leak
the
has happened between sometime before the 3rd
before the third.
or on or before the 3rd. Then between the 3rd and 5th, there's a fairly long period of time.
That's right. During the period, my lord, it was in the custody of a private courier company where they were taking it into rickshaws and here and there for days together. For days together in private hands.
So what is, since when was NTA established?
2017.
It was 17, but the first NEET exam they conducted in 2019.
But 2019 onwards, the questions have always been handled by private companies or private couriers?
But in the route, en route, there are checks. And if any courier company or any employee of a courier company tampers with the vehicle in which Malod is transporting the trunks, Malod, it would be registered on a real-time basis with digital footprints. I'll be able to show, Malod.
But how is the digital footprint not available here then?
It's not, the CBI has investigated that there is no tampering en route.
Why don't-
Anyway,
There is no tampering,
en route.
then where does the tampering take place?
No, there is no, the tampering.
No
has taken-
tampering.
Hey, don't laugh. I mean, this is we are not, we are asking a serious question. This is not, we are not trying to poke fun at the argument or anything. We are trying to understand it.
No, I understand, Malod. Anyway, Malod, let us. Malod,
Where, according to you, where does the leak take place?
there is no leak which has taken place.
No, okay, where does the breach take place?
There is a breach which has taken place where we have the timings, we have the CCTV footage of someone going inside the particular center. That's what I wanted to show to your lordship.
So what time does that take place?
Yeah, yes, my lord, it is 9. Give me the first report. Lord, it's a part of my, between 8 to between in the morning 8 to 9:23. The person goes in, photographs the paper and comes out And thereafter, my lord, your lordships will find, my lord,
But,
the investigation.
but 1 second, assuming that happens between 8 and 9:20, we have to test this hypothesis in the
Yes.
ordinary course of things.
Yes, my lord.
According to you, the students got the question paper at about 10 o'clock, 10:15.
After 10, after it was solved.
Is it likely this questions, there are 180 questions,
Yes, my lord.
right? Is it possible that in 45 minutes between 9:30 and 10:15, they would have problem solvers preparing the answers to 180 questions and then putting it together for the students in 45 minutes?
Lord, they got 1 hour and there were 7 solvers. I can't, my lord, divulge all this information. It's a part of my report. There were 7 solvers. They demarcated 25 questions each. And I can tell you, lordship, my lord, why they were required to memorize. Lord, if we are, all of us are sitting in one classroom, the 180 plus 20 questions would be same. But the number of the question would be
That's right, it's jumbled up.
shuffled.
That's right.
My question number 1 would be his question number 8. So nobody can give a answer sheet ready that A answer is D, B answer is C. They will have to memorize. And so far the investigation has been able to identify 18 students. And because of this lack of time from 10 to 12, because they were asked to go back to the centers, they have to report to the
But
center.
Mr. Solicitor, the whole hypothesis that within 45 minutes to an hour, not only was there a breach, but the entire question paper was solved in a space of 45 minutes
No,
and
within
then
1
given to
hour.
the students.
Within 1 hour.
Seems to be very far-fetched. In 1
But-
hour, all that happened.
Lord, within 1 hour, and there were 7 solvers, and 7 solvers bifurcated questions.
So according to you, the leak, the breach occurred when the
8 to AM in the morning to 9:23 in the morning.
It was taken out.
So the papers left the vault at 8 o'clock, 8 to.
9:23. They didn't have much time, therefore,
But what time did the papers leave the vault of the State Bank of India or Canara Bank, whichever bank?
7:30, which is under the videography, we have, under the CCTV, we have recovered the footage, and there is no,
So 7:30 they leave the bank.
yes,
After that, the paper
they
is,
bring it to the center.
what time does it reach the center?
5 minutes,
From Hazaribagh.
7:45. And since the
No, पटना में भी तो होगा ना कोई पे.
So it's still, but assuming that it was 8:02 to
we have
9:30.
evidence to show, Lord, I'll be able to show it to your lordship. And that is why, that is the reason why, because the students got only 2 hours, Lord, to memorize the questions. I'll be able to show that. Lord, out of 18 students who are identified, who were Lord, brought at a particular place, only 1 student, Lord, is getting possible admission. Lord, of course, now he would be facing the debarment, etc. Only 1.
But there are about 225 students totally involved,
No,
225.
but I cannot give the figure, but it would not cross, my lord, 150. That's our estimate. And I will be able to substantiate these facts, my lord, by the very, my lord, meticulous investigation conducted.
Show you.
My lord, the person who went inside for the purpose of breaking is arrested. The
CBI second report.
My lord, I would request your lordships, my lord, to closely scrutinize the CBI appeal, status report. My lord, if your lordships can, my lord, may I request? May I request in report number 1, Kindly read from para 27 onwards.
Now see report number 2.
Yes,
Report number 2.
yesterday, it was filed yesterday. Would your lordships consider?
Para 113.8 at page 13.
Second. Your lordships are on para?
Page 13, para 113.8.
Yes. The total number of candidates so and so from the, are around so and so. Therefore, my lord, I said that it would not cross roughly, my lord, 150. And at every stage of the travel route,
113.8,
8, my lord?
113.8. Just read it in your mind.
Yes, the
That's
total
all.
number,
That's all.
around 150.
This is your figure.
Yes. Therefore, I said my total would not
Correct.
cross 150. Check.
Between Patna and Hazaribagh?
Patna.
What is the distance between?
Lord, it is at a distance. Lord, the one gang member who was also at Hazaribagh, Lord, sent it by WhatsApp.
How much? 240.
It is my 240 around. And their model is, my lord. Lord, their model is not to allow students also to take photographs because if it leaks, Lord, they have been given, well, kindly, Lord, this is crucial. The parents have given post-dated checks.
And started at what time?
Lord, para 50 of first report, my lord, if your lordships can see on this, in this context, my lord. Page 19.
हजारीबाग से गए.
Even 15 questions.
Next, a request to once again go through, my lord, these two reports. Malad, their modus operandi or business model, malad, whichever way we put it, is they ensure that the paper is not leaked and given to students whose parents have given post-dated checks over and above the advance money. So that if it leaks and spread into thousands of people, then the examination is cancelled and they will not get anything. So students were called for the purpose of memorization, were asked to keep their mobiles out. They also purchased, I don't wish to divulge much, it's mentioned there, my lord. Accused are in custody.
10 lakh.
Lord, we are not adverse to the petitioners, my lord.
Have the problem solvers been arrested by the CBI?
3 of them yesterday. Today also something has happened.
Doctors at AIIMS, Patna.
Sorry?
Not doctors, I think. Don't, now you say medical students. Earlier you said doctors. Why are you doing this?
Doctors or medical students at Patna. There are 8 Patna. 3 days, that is very safe. Yesterday. I don't know what has happened today. It's an evolving situation.
Because their investigation will show us when they got the question papers.
There
Because,
is,
you know,
Where-
I'll tell you
in
one
which
thing.
hotel they were-
Tell you what is worrying us is, how much was the period between the time when the breach occurred and the time of the exam?
Not
The
more than
shorter it
two-
is, the less the likelihood of a widespread dissemination.
2 to
If
2.5
if that time period is say 3 days, then obviously that there's a greater danger of.
Obviously.
If that time period is say about 4 hours, then the
No,
only
let
question
me
is.
assure the petitioners, I am not adversarial to them.
Second,
Their concern is
second,
genuine.
I mean, we have to
But-
also look at it this way. Does somebody pay, say, 75 lakhs of rupees for a 45-minute depo into
It's
an exam?
Not that much also.
They will not.
It's not, my lord, the figure is also not.
the question is, would they then seek to recover
See,
the
para 105, also first report.
105, no? Maybe, my lord, because, so this is post-dated check, yes, my lord. My lord, meritorious. The parents underestimated. It is really, my lord, a painful thing. It is a painful thing. When we went, my lord, I can't share all this, my lord, where we went for interrogation. But some girls' engagement was going. Are considering whether it is a localized event which can be identified student-wise or it is a widespread event.
Mr. Huda, tell us one thing. Is there any evidence? Or, I mean, we are conscious of your limitations also, because investigation is still going on.
That's right. That's right.
Investigation is still unfolding. Is there any material to take, any material to indicate that a similar pattern was replicated outside Patna and Hazaribagh?
No, my lord, no.
My Lord,
None.
there is only one instance. No. My Lord, in Godhra, that OMR sheet thing, they say that the plot was that the students will leave the OMR sheets unmarked, and in the time between time for examination is over and before it is deposited, the geography lecturer, Mr. Tushar Bhatt, he will do the filling and will deposit it. The common sense suggests that he can't do it as a geography teacher unless the paper is already leaked, he has the ready answer. So that as soon as the paper is given to him, he sit down and do the
But
mark.
Godhra, ultimately nothing happened because the
But
district
they did.
magistrate, the
But
district
they did.
administration stepped in.
That they
What?
prevented it by arresting the person before he could do the needful. But the question is, there was people from different states had come to Godhra to let the machination fructify. So the people filled that center pertaining to Karnataka and all other states from the Odisha, Karnataka, etc.
How
people.
many, Godhra, how many students, just 1 second. Godhra, how many students appeared?
In total, Milord, the students, but
But nobody is getting admission.
we can't.
Nobody is getting admission.
Your lordship would allow me to
What has
speak for a
happened?
while?
What has-
Nobody possibly, nobody is getting admission because it never went to successional fruition. in
That's right.
Godhra.
What has
But
happened?
tell us one thing, totally Godhra, how many centers were there? Just, I mean, we just wanted to,
I'll just, in the meanwhile, then what happened in Godhra?
just only,
My
just tell
learned
us what
friend is
happened.
right, my learned friend is right. There was a person called Tushar Bhatt. He was the center superintendent, that in charge of that center. He assured students that you pay me this amount. What I will do is I'll ask the physics teacher and chemistry teacher to fill up the answer sheets. Whatever you can answer positively, you are confident, you answer. Otherwise, leave blank because
Who is Tushar Bhatt?
Tushar Bhatt is a city, he is a physics teacher.
Center
Center
superintendent,
superintendent, himself
well-
is a physics teacher and he's,
geography teacher. If I read correctly, it's a geography teacher.
I'll just check.
That's what
But
we have read.
physics teacher and
So he
geography,
was like the invigilator at the center. He was the invigilator at the center.
in charge of the center, but the physics,
And it is alleged that, after the students had filled in their OMR sheets,
he would get
the
3
blanks,
hours
the blanks would be filled in by the.
filled in by me. This information was, came to the knowledge of district magistrate and district education officer.
Lord, this was
There-
a month before, Lord, I had shown the email a month before this information was
So
given.
Godhra has nothing to do with the paper leak per
Paper
se.
leak, therefore the.
Except that what they are saying is that if the center in charge had made that representation, obviously he had the answers somewhere.
No,
That's right.
what he said was,
That's
that they are also arrested.
But were any of the solved question papers recovered from the center in charge in Godhra?
He was not permitted, because the officers came at 2 o'clock on. They sat through the exam and